is what I'm the governor. So
you have continued the bad habit of the past.
Borrowing is allowed. It's not a bad habit.
There is a procedure.
Yeah,
there is a procedure. So can you give us evidence of compliance with that procedure?
As the officer prepares to respond, we just want him to be straight to the point, because the queries from the Auditor General want you to show evidence of approval by the County Assembly. Whether it is there or not, we just move very quickly. And then your response, Governor, you are just saying it was meant to cater for provision of essential public goods and services. And you will see the auditor is saying that there was no evidence of the specific budget lines funded or the reasons of the continued non-refund of the money. So those three things, just tell us, is there evidence of approval of the County Assembly, the specific budget lines that were funded, and then lastly, why that money has not been refunded years down the line.
Yeah, you have the floor. Please be precise.
Thanks, Chair. First of all, the 94 million is a total of the retention funds that have been borrowed by the executive over time, over a period of since 2017 to date. We keep the records. Number two, there have been no approval. We know that we're supposed to go through the Assembly for approval of such borrowings, but we have never done that.
Okay, yeah. So guilty as charged. Out of the 94 million, how much has been borrowed in the last 1 or 2 years? Because it's easy to say it was done in the past, but maybe the past it was 1 million and your time it was 93 million.
Okay, as per my financials, that is on page 39, and 1 year is 50 million. 204, 811,000.
So you borrowed just in that financial year 50 million from deposits account?
Yes.
Without following the procedure prescribed in law?
Don't know.
No, I mean, there's no one else who assist you. You just said it earlier, that there's no evidence of approvals. You never did that.
It is true that we don't have evidence in approval from County Assembly.
Then that is theft.
What happens when the defect liability period ends and the contractors are supposed to be paid? What happens?
Luckily for the deposit account, it is always liquid. There's always, because we are in operations, we pay new suppliers who are deducted new.
No, that's a Juakali way of doing things. National Treasury.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable members, the situation that is being painted here is, a very serious situation that demonstrates financial indiscipline, whereby money belonging to third parties are being utilized to finance the services of the government of SAMBURU. And this one now is eroding the public trust, because they were supposed to have that money. They owned it, so that when the owner of the money comes for the money, that it should not be given any excuses. As the Honorable Senator has asked, when the defect liability period is over, and that contractor or the owner will come asking for the money, and you have actually put before this committee that even some are for as long as 2017, the defect liability most likely has already elapsed, and you have not paid that money. It shows a serious lack of financial discipline in that county, and you may finally not be able to pay that money when the rightful owners will come for that money. Thank you.
Governor, if there is a
procedure defined in law, and that procedure gives responsibility to certain people within your organization, why would you come here and listen to the excuses that we are being given? Because initially, the auditor queried 75 million. In your response, you have clarified that it is not even 75, it is 94 million borrowed over the years. Over the years, only 2.8 million was borrowed before your time. Only 3%. The remaining 97% has been raiding the deposits account during your tenure as governor.
Financial statements. There cannot be a different account. I'm looking at note 33, which the officer has referred to, and conjoining it with your response. In your response, you have said, Chair, the amount in question relates to a total of 94.7 million directly borrowed from the deposit account. And a breakdown of that 94 million indicates that only 2.8 million was borrowed 3 years ago. The remaining 92 million was borrowed during your tenure. So this is not a matter where we start passing the buck. Governor, 92 million has been raided from the retention account during your tenure as governor without following the provisions of the law.
Sure, I give you the information that I'm given by the officers in the finance department. According to them, how much was borrowed this time, 50, or the other one, 44. That's what they're telling me.
The information is here. Fortunately, we don't have to fish for it. It's here. And it's been aged very nicely.
I'll let them clarify that.
Yeah, so perhaps
this is
so
what
that
I want to say.
So perhaps so that we follow what you want to say, let them refer us to a document, because the chairman is referring to the financial statements of Samburu County for the year 2024-2025. That's where the page we are at, Governor. So if there's a different document to aid the conversation, let them also point it to us.
Yeah. I will let them look for that document. But this is what I want to say, and they must look for that document. Share, if the law, and I'm not a lawyer also, I said I was not an accountant, I'm not a lawyer also. If the law prescribes that borrowing is allowed, number one, so there's nothing illegal about that. If the law also prescribes that borrowing has to go through the county assembly, and it didn't went through the county assembly, somebody is culpable. And that one does not require me as a governor. We have everybody sitting here, including ACC. If something was done wrong in that direction, I think I can do administrative action, but something else can also be done. On the borrowing issue, I want to make it clear. It's on record, it will be paid. That cannot be theft. If somebody wants to steal, he cannot record. So if it's recorded, I want to assure you that we will pay the deposit account as we borrow. And that one.
But Governor, if you go back to the English definition of theft, it is depriving somebody of their benefit. You are depriving contractors of their benefit. That is theft. Reallocation of budgets without approval, due process is theft. If President William Ruto was today reallocate money meant for agriculture to state house operations, Sifuna will call it theft. And that is what we have here.
And Chair, Governor, these things only come out after the Office of the Auditor General has produced its report. You are saying that if it is recorded, it means it cannot be stolen. What if the Office of the Auditor General did not pick this thing and the Senate did not cover it?
I also want to give us some little credit, because they only recorded 75 million. We are reporting 94. So we are better than them.
No, you're making it worse. That the theft is bigger.
In the reporting aspect, not in the magnitude. I'm answering Senator Sifuna's question that we are not hiding anything. We actually even telling the auditors.
No. As a chair, let me tell you, it does not give us comfort. It gives us great discomfort. Let's allow Senator Izena to go on record, then Senator Chirarge can ask his question.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning, everyone, Your Excellency and team. I'm Senator Izena Lemalitian from Samburu County and a friend of the committee. Thank you.
You're welcome, Senator Chirarge.
Chair, just I've heard Governor saying that much of the money is staff, but looking at the note number 33 on refundable depositors of payment, between 1 to 3 years, the governor under the borrowing that you did is over 94%. Out of 94,726,058, only 2,841,788 was, let's assume, done 3 years before. So, Governor, you need to ensure, or the people who did the reporting through financial statement, that it is not correct. The only time that was over 3 years when you are not in office was 2.8 million. But over 94% of 94 million was done under your tenure. So that will be my question number one. Question number two, which is simple, who authorized this borrowing? If you answer that, the matter rests there. Who authorized? We want to see.
I think for the benefit of time, those two questions have been asked. Who authorized? They have admitted there was no authorization, unless you have made up another story. And if your story changes, mtakula kiapo. They have already said there was no approval. I mean, this is black and white.
And Chair, that is theft.
Yeah, that is what it is.
But on the matter of State House, no one wants to reallocate money to State House from agriculture. I wondered, you know, Sifuna might go and talk about it in Thika on Sunday. So you need to be careful. You can pick it from the committee.
Oh, okay, let's leave that. But I was just using that to demonstrate how obscene it would sound if the national government would reallocate money meant for fertilizer to arbitrarily but to do what? To empowerment. Because you have been in parliament and you know what the role of supplementary is. You cannot be doing things beyond what the law prescribes. Governor, for me, there's one thing that I'm happy about, that today we are agreeing that we need to look at the substantive matters. The only part that I'm still worried about is that you're not expressing outrage at the offenses being committed by your officers. You are not outraged. We want other people to fix the problem, ESCC to fix the problem, ISPAC to fix the problem. Ultimately, as a CEO, you must take responsibility. Now, the facts have been established. They are borrowing from deposits without approval. We shall call it theft, reallocation, whatever it is. There are consequences.